Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 2 of our Great Kiwi Bake Off Bake Along series. This week was Biscuit Week and I thought it'd be really fun for us to recreate the technical challenge. Technical challenges are like a whirlwind, especially when you have no idea what you're baking with no picture. Just all of your baking intuition goes out the window. But this one was especially funny with all those wobbly marshmallows flying around the kitchen. I was just cracking up the whole time. So we are going to make mini versions of a Flødeboller, which is a Danish raspberry-filled marshmallow chocolate-coated cookie, very similar to a mellow puff, and they are absolutely delicious. So let's get started with our biscuit base. We're going to start by putting all of our dry ingredients into our bowl. So I've got some plain flour here, and some caster sugar, a teeny little bit of baking powder, and some salt. I'm just going to give it a quick little mix with a fork here. Perfect. Now I've got some cold unsalted butter and we're going to rub this in using our fingers. So I like to coat all the butter first, like kind of toss it in the dry mixture. And then you can take little bits at a time and just squeeze them gently and push them back in. So I just like to kind of almost flake them first. So once you've started to get some little flakes, you keep coating the butter and flour, and we want to turn this into breadcrumbs. So you want to rub the butter through your fingers with the dry ingredients, and we want to create like a breadcrumby texture. There. Perfect. So what we're looking for is a lovely breadcrumby texture. Now the reason we put our butter in like this is because it keeps our biscuit really short, and it means we don't need to work that flour, so we're not going to have any chewiness in our lovely biscuit base. It looks brilliant. Now the next thing we need to do is add a little bit of vanilla. And we want about half an egg. So I'm going to crack my egg into a wee little bowl here. And we're going to give it a little whisk. Now the thing with this is less is more. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. So start small, oops, and then add more if you need it. So I'm going to add in just around about half. I'm just going to eyeball it. And we're going to slowly just give it a little stir to bring it together with a fork. And you will see you don't really need much egg to wetten this mixture enough for it to come together. So then, once you've just mixed in that egg, you're going to use your hands and we're going to push it together just to form a dough. Now, we don't want to knead it very much. We just want to bring it together enough that we can roll it out. So I'm just going to go a tiny little bit more egg here. Just a drop. Even that much. And then I'm going to tip it out on the surface here. And we're going to push it together using our hands. So you can give it a little knead, but we really don't want to work this dough. We want to keep it really short. So once you've brought your biscuit dough together, I've just got 2 sheets of baking paper here, and we're going to roll it out now before we put it into the freezer. So I've got 1 sheet and I'm going to put another sheet on top, and then we roll it in between the sheets. And the good thing about this is we don't have to add any extra flour. We want this to be really nice and thin. We want a really nice, thin, snappy biscuit at the bottom of our cookie. So we probably want to go around 2 to 3 millimeters thin. So we're going quite thin for this. Just use your hands to smooth it out, check you don't have any lumps. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna put this onto a metal tray and we're gonna pop it into the freezer for maybe 15 minutes or while we preheat the oven to 180 degrees. I've just taken our cookie dough out the freezer. Now it's time to cut it. So I'm just gonna line our tray with some baking paper, ready for our little cookies to go in the oven. And I've got about a 1-inch cookie cutter here. You can absolutely do bigger ones if you want, but I thought little ones would be super cute. And I've got a little offset spatula. This is gonna help us pick up our little circles and put them on our tray. So just pull off your top layer of baking paper nice and carefully. Lovely. Then we're just gonna go for it. Perfect! We got 24 cute little cookies ready to go in the oven. We're gonna bake this for around 8 minutes, but make sure you keep an eye on them because they are tiny and they will cook very quickly. Perfect! They have a lovely light golden color and lovely crisp bottoms. They are ready to go. I'm just gonna use my little offset spatula here again, just to lift them off carefully and put them onto this cooling rack. Just be careful, they'll be quite hot. Brilliant. Now we're going to leave our cookies to cool while we move on to our marshmallow. Now I know marshmallow can be daunting for a lot of people, but once you know what you're doing, you're going to nail it every time. And that's why I wanted to do this series, so you can make cool, impressive things super easily at home, all by yourself. So I've got a little pot here and we're going to start with a sugar syrup. So I've got some caster sugar. And I've got some just room temperature water here. And then we're gonna add some glucose. Now, glucose is very sticky, so I'm gonna weigh it straight into the pot. It's so sticky. It's like spider webs. Ooh. You can have a little tightrope up, a little ant. Now we're going to put this on a medium to low heat. You don't need to stir this at all. It's just going to bubble away, and the most important thing here is you have a thermometer. Now the thing that's easy about marshmallow is having a thermometer, really tracking the certain temperatures. So we're going to let this bubble away until all the sugar dissolves, and then we're going to get our thermometer going. So our sugar glucose syrup is bubbling away over there, and before we get to any point where we're gonna stick our thermometer in, we're gonna get all of our other bits ready. So I've got some egg whites here that we're gonna whisk up, and they're going into our stand mixer, but it's really important that your stand mixer is super clean, there's no grease in the bowl before you put these in, otherwise they're not gonna whisk up. So you can always put some vinegar or some lemon juice on a paper towel and wipe the inside of your bowl before you put your egg whites in to degrease it. Then we're also going to go in with a tiny bit of cream of tartar. Now cream of tartar is an egg white stabilizer, so it helps keep our marshmallow super stable. Now the other thing we need to get ready is some gelatine leaves. Now we're gonna also add some gelatine to stabilize our lovely marshmallow. So when we cut through it, it holds really nicely. Gelatine leaves are definitely best for this. I've got 4 leaves here, but you can also use a powder if you want to. I will leave the conversions down below. Now before we use our gelatine leaves, we need to soak them in some water, but we're gonna do this at the same time. So leaves are ready, cold water is ready, eggs are ready. Now I'm over here with my lovely sugar syrup and I've got my little thermometer in here. Now we want to wait until our sugar syrup gets to 110 degrees. That's when we're going to get our egg whites whipping and we're going to start soaking our gelatine. But we still want to leave it on the heat until we get to 118 degrees. Now getting from 100 to 110 can take a good long while, but just wait it out, it will get there eventually. So our sugar syrup just hit 110 degrees, so it's time to turn on our egg whites. We're gonna start them on a slow speed and increase the speed until they're really nice and fluffy. Now while we get our egg whites going, we're gonna start soaking some gelatine leaves. So I've got 4 leaves here that are just gonna go into some cold water. It's important we put our gelatine leaves into some cold water before we use them. It allows them to swell, and then when we add them into our hot sugar syrup, they're gonna dissolve. Now this is what we're looking for our egg whites, lovely soft peaks before we add in our sugar syrup. Oh. Okay, our syrup has hit 118 degrees. Now we're gonna really quickly squeeze the water out of our gelatine. So it's lovely and squishy and soft now. So just squeeze out that water. I'm gonna chuck it straight in to our syrup and mix it really quickly with a wooden spoon. Now we're going to get these egg whites back whisking, and we're going to gently pour our syrup down the side of our bowl while it's whisking really hard. And we want a really nice, gentle, steady stream. Nearly there. This is why baking is so cool. Now we're going to keep whisking until it cools down and it's lovely fluffy marshmallow. You can feel the outside of the bowl. When it gets down to room temperature, it's ready. Our marshmallows cool down to room temperature. Look at it, it's so glossy and shiny. Now I'm gonna get this in a piping bag and we're gonna go and assemble our cookies. Now this is the fun part. So I've got my raspberry jam in a little piping bag here, and I've put our marshmallow in a piping bag too with a big round nozzle on the end. So I'm going to start by piping a little blob of jam in the middle of all of our cookies. Jam done, now onto the marshmallow. Now we want to pipe our marshmallow in one nice movement. It's quite sticky, and what I'm going to do before each one, I'm just going to scoop out a little bit of the marshmallow that's in the end of the nozzle so that it's not all blocked there to start with. That way, hopefully, when I put it over the jam, it'll kind of go around the sides first and then up in a nice little dome. They're so cute! I love them. Right, let's keep going. So scoop out in first, then pipe on a little blob. That is a perfect one. That's my favourite. They're like little snowmen. They're less wobbly than the ones we did on the bake-off, aren't they? Perfect. They're so cute. I just love them. Now we're going to put these to the side, just leave them at room temperature while we melt some chocolate ready to coat them. If you have any leftover marshmallow left, you don't have to throw this away. You could make some mini marshmallows. So dust a sheet of baking paper with some icing sugar and then squirt some more little blobs or whatever shape you want. Leave them to set and then you've got some extra marshmallows. Woohoo! Although, I'm just going to eat it. Probably bone. I'm not gonna make any mini marshmallows. That was actually real gum. Before we melt our chocolate, we're just gonna remove a third of it and pop it into a bowl. With the remainder of our chocolate, I'm just putting it into a heat-proof bowl here with a little bit of vegetable oil. I'm placing this over a bain-marie and we're going to put this onto a medium heat and gently stir until it's all melted. Our chocolate is lovely and melted. Now I'm going to add the third that we set aside. And we're just going to gently stir this through until it's all melted. Right, all our chocolate is melted. Now it's dunking time. So I'm going to take one of our little biscuits, flip them upside down, dunk them inside. You've got to be quite careful and gentle. Flip them back over. Woo! And then put them down on our little tray. And we're going to sprinkle it with some toasted coconut. They're so cool. I'm going to get such sticky fingers. But this is the fun of it. This is why I love baking. It's so hands-on. Ooh. They look so delicious, I can't wait to eat them. Now, just let them harden. You can either do that at room temperature, or if you're impatient like me, just whack them in the fridge for 10 minutes. I'll be back soon. Da 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 da! Look at them! They're just the cutest little things. Let's cut one open and eat it! Do you hear that snap? Oh look, they're so cute. A little bit of raspberry jam. Look at that beautiful marshmallow and the nice chocolate and crunchy biscuit. Time to eat it. Oh my gosh. It's so good. Do you know what these would be perfect for? Your next Great Kiwi Bake Off viewing party next Thursday at 7:30. Make sure you check into the next episode and come back to see what we do next week. If you have a go at making these, please do send me a photo on Instagram. It's fantastic to hear from you. That's all for me. Have a wonderful week.